we're Becca and Lizzie.
I'm Becca and I'm a farmer.
And I'm Lizzie, and I didn't grow up on a farm.
Ho, ho, ho. Today we're getting ready for Christmas. And that's because farmers have to plan months in advance to get our food ready for our Christmas dinners.
Oh, I love a Christmas dinner. For you watching, what's your favourite thing to eat at Christmas?
Did I hear some of you say turkey? Well, let's go and have a look at how turkeys are looked after.
So today we found Farmer Kate to show us around.
Hello everyone. Farmer Kate, can you take us to see where you keep the turkeys?
Yeah, of course. Follow me. So here we are, and as you can see, all the birds are gathered around trying to get a better look.
Oh my goodness, look at them all.
So there's lots of different ways of keeping turkeys, chickens or other birds, but on our farm, our turkeys are free range.
But Kate, what does free range actually mean?
So that means the birds get to choose whether they stay inside in the warm, cosy barn or they can head outside and explore the paddocks.
And how do you know that the turkeys are definitely happy?
So you can see they're healthy and happy, but just like in schools, we get inspected on farm to check all is well.
Well, it's amazing to see just how many different ways there are to keep turkeys happy.
Can we get a closer look at one?
Yeah, of course.
Wow, it's great to see a turkey up close, but can you tell us a little bit more, Kate?
Yeah, of course. So this is a boy and he's currently 12 weeks old. One of the things I love about turkeys is, can you see their beautiful feathers? They're a metallic-y colour and he's got very stripy zebra wings.
Oh, well, it's amazing to see him up close. Thank you so much. But can we check them out outside?
Yeah, of course. Let's go. Here we are out in the turkey paddocks where the turkeys get to roam free all day.
So what do they do when they're outside?
Well, you can see they've got loads of room to explore. They love flapping around the field, pecking around in the grass. They'll find insects to eat, and actually they will graze the grass a little bit as well. And it's a bit wet now, but when it's dry, they absolutely love a dust bath. So whether they're inside or they're out here in the field, they get to exhibit their natural behaviours.
Fantastic. Well, it looks like they're having a lot of fun. Is there anything else you could show us?
Yeah, of course. Come and follow me.
So Farmer Kate, where have you brought us?
So we're in the farm shop where people come to collect their turkey at Christmas. Like all farmers, we're proud to produce our turkeys and care for them and can't wait to hear about people enjoying them for Christmas dinner.
Well, thank you so much for showing us around today. I can't believe it's December next week. I think it's time we get ready for Christmas.
Who's going to be having turkey for their Christmas dinner? Great, so are we.
Well, whether you have turkey at Christmas or celebrate another way, we want to wish you all a very Merry Christmas and invite you to ask questions to Farmer Kate next. All that's left to say is goodbye.
Bye! Well, it was great to have you with us at the farm to prepare for Christmas.
As you can see, Farmer Kate has joined us here to answer all of your questions.
Hello everyone.
Remember, when you ask your questions, even though we're not in person today, they still all come through to our phones.
That's right, and we do have some questions coming in already, which is fantastic. Lizzie, what's our first one?
Well, there are so many, so thank you everyone who's already sent them in. Our first question today is from Bobby in Year 5, so thanks Bobby. And they want to know, how many turkeys do you look after, Kate?
Well, on the farm, we have 2,000 turkeys.
Wow.
That's amazing. I can't believe 2,000 and we saw them there in the video. Our next question is from Alice from Birchfield Primary. And Alice wants to know, can turkeys survive in the cold weather? Which is a very good question considering you've got snow, haven't you, Kate?
We certainly have. Down in Cornwall, it's very snowy today, which is very, very rare. So the answer is yes, they actually keep themselves jolly warm. They've got their beautiful feathers, and then underneath, they've got a downy feather, which keeps them nice and snuggly warm in the cold.
Great. Well, here's another really interesting question from Sammy. Thanks, Sammy. Sammy would like to know, can turkeys fly? Now, I think that's a great question.
That is a great question, and it's a tricky one to answer. So yes, turkeys can fly, but commercially bred turkeys, like we have for Christmas, they can't quite fly, but they do a good impression of flying by running with their wings out across the field, which Becca and Lizzie saw them doing. So they have the ability to fly, but ours are a little bit too heavy.
Well, that actually leads us very nicely onto our next question, which is from James in year 4, who asked, what's the biggest turkey that you have?
Oh, we've got some whoppers out there. Some would say turkey. Some are looking a little like ostriches this year. So I think that they're going to come in at something like 15 kilos.
Wow. So could we maybe compare that? How does that compare maybe to a normal family dog or something that we could understand?
Oh, okay. So I reckon a big turkey probably weighs around about the same size as maybe a cocker spaniel.
Wow, goodness, that is really heavy. Okay, so Chester has a very good question here. Chester wants to know if the turkeys escape. Do you have cheeky turkeys?
We definitely have cheeky turkeys and cheeky children because it's snow day. My children are at home today, not in school. And this is Charlie. Let's just introduce him.
Hi,
Oh,
Charlie.
hi, Charlie.
So, oh, Becca, I've forgotten the question now.
Oh, the question was from Chester. And do you have any cheeky turkeys which escape?
Yes, we do. So they not so much now, but when they're a bit younger and a bit more lively, they do jump over the fence every now and again. And so it's our job to go around checking them and just pop them back in, keep them safe.
Oh, that's good. It's good that you have that you're there to look after them. Nate wants to know, how old do turkeys live to?
So our turkeys at Christmas, they're 26 weeks. And so they come to us on the farm as little day-old chicks, and then we keep them here through until Christmas.
Okay, next question is, gosh, there's so many coming through. It's fantastic. How did you become a turkey farmer? From Isla in year 4.
Well, Isla, I'm not too sure. We had a mad idea a few years ago to keep maybe 25 turkeys for some family and friends. And then it's, well, escalated to the 2,000 we've got today.
Don't you mean exculated?
Oh, we all love a turkey pan.
Our next question. Now, I hope I say this correctly. Pishon class in Lincolnshire, and I'm sorry if I've got that wrong, but they would like to know how many people it takes to look after so many turkeys.
Well, turkeys actually, whilst we have 2,000, which is a lot, they're quite easy to look after, really. So on the farm, we've got myself, my husband Will, who's the main turkey farmer, and we've got one chap called Kenny, and our 2 children, Charlie, who you've just seen, and Flora, and that's it. So not very many people at all.
Wow, I would have thought there'd have been a lot more people, but that's great. That's fantastic. Okay, next question is a really good question, and I'm not sure I know the answer to this one. So we have Charlie in year 5 at Hope Academy. So thank you, Charlie. And Charlie would like to know, how big is a turkey egg and why don't we eat them?
Now, that is a very good question. So I have eaten a turkey egg. Our turkeys would lay eggs if they got a little bit older. A turkey egg is only not as big as you might think. It's you've got a chicken egg, it's probably like this, isn't it? And then a turkey egg is maybe more like this. So not a lot bigger, but they don't lay that many eggs, not like a chicken that would lay an egg every day. Turkeys don't lay quite so many eggs, which I think is probably why we don't see them on the shelves to eat, but you can certainly eat them.
Well, we have another really good question from Luke, who wants to know, what do you feed the turkeys to make them grow nice and big?
Okay, so we feed them a turkey food. So they have different rations as they get older. They'll change their food just to suit where they are with their growth stages. So in the beginning, when they're chicks, they have like a crumb, like a little crumble, and they have that because they're only tiny. They can eat that very easily. It's very digestible for them. And then as they grow a bit bigger, we give them pellets. And the feed is a pre-mixed feed that's got everything that they need in to make them grow nice and big. And also then towards October, November, then we start feeding them whole oats, which they love. It's like a cereal that you would have in the morning. And that gives them a really lovely flavour.
Fantastic. Wow, I think we just need to have a little pause there because there are so many questions coming through. But we have a quick question for all of you watching.
That's right. We want you to have a think about, what jobs does Farmer Kate do to keep the turkeys happy and healthy? And we'll be back in 2 minutes to answer the question.
Keep your turkeys happy and healthy.
So there's lots of things that we do to keep them happy and healthy, which is number one top priority here at the farm. So we make sure that their feeders are always nice and full. We give them fresh drinking water. That's constant. The drinkers, they always fill up, so they're never thirsty. It's so important. We give them lots of space, so they get to choose, like you saw in the video, whether they're
in the warm, cozy shed, which they are today, or they're running around in the field. They get to choose what they fancy doing at the time, and really just keeping eyes on them and just checking that everyone's okay.
Well, it's great to hear that looking after them and keeping them healthy is really at the top of your priority list. But I think we should get back into a few more questions. So we've got one here from Sam, and I think this is an interesting one. Are you sad to see the turkeys go at Christmas?
That's a very good question, Sam. And the answer is yes, we are. So we absolutely love having our turkeys. We enjoy caring for them, looking after them, watching them grow so much. And we love the sound that they make, that we are always a bit sad at Christmas when the sheds are empty, but we know that they've lived the very best of lives that any turkey in the country has, and we know that they're going to be enjoyed by people across the country so very much at Christmas.
Well, I think that goes nicely into another question here, which is, you say that everybody has a turkey at Christmas. Well, is it turkey good for me? Julia from Meadowbank Primary wants to know, is it good for me?
Is it good for you? It's very good for you. Turkey that's been raised outdoors, it's been allowed to grow slowly, is super nutritious for you, especially the dark meat, the leg meat that's done all that running around the fields.
Great.
That is great. We've got a question from Callie from year 4. And Callie would like to know how many babies a turkey can have at once. Now, it's a bit different because they lay eggs.
They do lay eggs. So now I am not an expert on breeding turkeys because we buy them in as little day-old chicks. So I don't know how many turkey eggs a turkey could lay in a year. But maybe that's one for you to look up.
Oh, that's
right.
A challenge.
Yeah, we'll have to have a look as well and see what we can find out.
Well, another question here from Ben. Ben, thank you for sending this one in. How do you cook a turkey? Now, that's a good question, considering it's December tomorrow, which means we'll all be getting ready for our Christmas dinners in a few weeks.
Absolutely. So number one, buy a good quality turkey to start with. You can't cook a good turkey, can't go wrong with a good turkey, really. So you want to make sure that he's lived a good life, and then you want to cook him upside down. So get your mum and dad to get your turkey, pop him in the roasting tray, breast side down. Might look a bit funny, but it's the best way to cook it. Pop him in the roasting tray, breast side down, cup of water in the roasting tray with the giblets, the bit that you'll go, ooh, what's that? That's the giblets, which is the turkey's neck and gizzard and heart. Gives a lovely flavour to your gravy, super tasty. And then just pop them in the oven for about 2 hours, depending on the size of your turkey. And then just before you think he's going to be ready, you need to turn him over, and that'll brown the top and give you a beautiful brown top. And give him a good rest before you get mum and dad to carve off a slice.
Well, there's some great tips there. We have another question from Wootton House International School. We have been growing our own turkeys for Christmas dinner at school this year. How many people do you think one turkey feeds?
Well, that's how long is a piece of string, because it depends how big your turkey is. But I would say a sort of average sized turkey, probably about 10 people with a bit of leftover. Can't beat a cold turkey sandwich.
Oh, I love a turkey sandwich. And I think it's fantastic that you've been growing your own turkey for Christmas. I think that's fantastic to hear.
That is amazing.
Okay, we've got some more questions coming in. Let's have a look. How fast can a turkey run? Emerald from All Saints Primary.
Oh, emeralds. I've never recorded the speed of a turkey, but they can be quite speedy. If we're talking miles per hour, I don't know. They say horses run at about 30 miles an hour, and they're probably a lot slower than a horse. So I don't know. Let's say 15 miles an hour.
Oh.
They are quite speedy when they want to be.
Well, we have we have another question. This is from Sam. Do you enjoy your job?
Do I enjoy it? I do enjoy it. It gives us so much joy. The turkeys are so fun to keep and look after. They're such characters. They're always doing something funny. And I know when Becca and Lizzie came, they thought they looked like dinosaurs. And they are. They're so funny to watch. So yes, the answer is we love rearing our turkeys. And we also love getting to produce the centerpiece of so many Christmas feasts across the country. And it is everyone's favorite meal of the year, isn't it? Christmas lunch. And it's such it makes us very proud to produce that element.
Great. Well, we've got another question here from Jessica. Now, Jessica would like to know, if you have any turkeys left after Christmas, what do you do with them? But I have a feeling that you don't have any turkeys left because everybody wants one.
Yeah, you're spot on there, Lizzie. So we don't actually have any turkeys left at Christmas. And any spares that we have, we do tend to freeze those. And then we do, Will and I do a few shows across the country with our turkeys, sort of cooking them up for demonstrations. And so any spares, we will use those for that. And they go in the freezer.
Great.
I think that's great to know that none of the turkeys go to waste. And I think that leads us on to another good question. And this is from, it doesn't have a name on it. What's the best thing to do with leftovers?
Leftovers. Well, I like to describe a turkey as the gift that keeps on giving. So you very much use every bit of your turkey, whether that's in a sandwich or a curry, or you do coronation turkey, which is one of my favorites. Turkey enchiladas, mini farmer favorite there. And then it's very important, you must boil up your bones afterwards, what we would call a carcass. That makes the most beautiful stock. And then you can use that for a scrummy soup. So you're really using every bit of that turkey and there's no waste at all.
Well, I'll certainly be trying that this Christmas. So we've got another one here from Sean from Lincolnshire. And Sean would like to know, do you keep one of the turkeys for yourself at Christmas time?
Well, you don't do all of that work and not enjoy one yourself. So yes, we do. And it tends to be something that resembles an ostrich that nobody else really can fit in their oven. So we do, and we will all sit down together and enjoy that.
Oh, well, that's great to know. We have a question here from James in year 3 who wants to know, do you have any other animals on your farm?
We do. So we're actually a beef farm here. So we've got about 250 cows from big mummy cows through to babies. And so we have a lot of cows, and we also do Christmas geese. So we do about 200 geese, and we've got a very naughty black Labrador called Ralph, who lives here as well.
Well, we loved visiting and seeing your farm. We've got another question here from Alice in year 4. Thank you, Alice. And Alice would like to know, where can I get a turkey for my Christmas dinner? So I know when we went to yours, we saw the shop that you have, but how else can people get turkeys across the country?
Okay, so the best thing to do is to jump onto the NFU website, and on there you can find the turkey finder. And if you get mum and dad to pop in their postcode, and then you'll be able to find your local turkey farm on there.
Fantastic.
Well, that's great to know. And I think we have time for one last question. And this question is from Jamie. And Jamie wants to know, do the turkeys all have the same colour feathers?
Pretty much, yes. So when you look at the turkeys, they look sort of black, but actually when you look closer, like you saw in the video, they're an iridescent sort of greens and coppers and reds in there, and of course the stripy zebra feathers. But generally they are all pretty much the same, but just occasionally you get a slight gene mutation and you'll get a slightly lighter coloured one. We don't have any of those this year, but we did last year.
Well, I know we said that was the last question, but we've just had another couple come in, so I think we'll just answer this one. First of all, somebody has asked if they can see Ralph, but I suspect Ralph is away at the minute, but they'd love to see him. But another one is from Madison, and Madison would like to know, what season do turkeys lay eggs?
So, there's lots of egg questions, guys, and I'm not very good at. So they would lay more prolifically in the springtime than the spring and summer, and then not so much through the winter because, like chickens, they're quite sensitive to the light. And so the spring, summer brings on that laying period, and then in the winter, not so much.
Great. Well, I think that's all the time that we've got for those questions. So thank you so much to everybody who has joined us. It has been great to have you here today.
It has so many questions, and I think we need to say thank you so much to Kate for answering all those questions.
Yeah, I thought he could just sneak in.
It's Ralph.
Ralph's now very excited. That was a quick view of Ralph. He's very naughty and is not very cooperative.
Oh, well, thank you for joining us, Kate. It's been really great to have you answering the questions.
Well, thank you very much for having me, and I hope you've all enjoyed seeing the turkeys at the farm.
Well, when the webinar has finished today, take a look at your activity sheets. We'd love you to have a go. And also remember, tag us on our social medias at NFU Education. We'd love to see what you get up to with those activity sheets, and also anything that you're doing ready for Christmas.
And talking about Christmas, that is the last in our Becca and Lizzie Meet webinar series. But it has been fantastic to have you all with us for one or all 5 of the webinars.
Well, I guess all that's left to say is goodbye from us here. And no matter how you celebrate the festive season, we want to wish you all a very Merry Christmas. Bye.